What is up, guys? Welcome to my first ever Storytime video. I've seen so many people make these types of videos and I kind of wanted to try it myself. So after you watch my first ever Storytime video, I want you guys to let me know if you want to see more Storytime videos in the future. Before we get started, I just want to make it clear that all of my stories that I want to tell are 100% true. I've seen like YouTubers tell fake stories, but this is not the case. I know you guys see the title, it says I almost went to jail, but this is actually true. Today, I'm gonna tell you guys about the time I almost went to jail when I was 11 years old. So technically not jail, it was juvenile hall, but a police had to talk to me, a cop had to talk to me. So we're gonna get right into this. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Make sure you guys go down below right now, smash that like button, and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you guys turn on my post notifications by clicking that bell. But let's go ahead and get started. This video might be a little hard for me to make because it's really personal, so bear with me here. Now, what happened wasn't bad to the point that if I told this story to you guys now, I would get arrested. It's like in the past now, you know, it was a mistake that I made when I was a kid, but it was bad enough to make me, you know, turn my life around and make better decisions in my life. And while I'm telling you guys this story, there's a good point to it. I want you guys to learn from my mistakes so you guys don't have to go through the same things that I did. I did so many bad things as a kid, so I never want you guys to go through the same thing that I did. Like, I think making YouTube videos kept me out of trouble, and that's why I'm such a good person today, just like a good kid. So where do I begin? This entire story has to do with stealing. Now, I don't even know how I came up with the like how I started to steal, like how I even knew how to steal, because I knew it was bad to steal when I was 3 years old. Like, I remember this so clearly. Now, my parents put me into preschool when I was 3 years old. I think it was 3 or 4. Before I was allowed to go to kindergarten, because you guys know going to kindergarten you must be 5 years old. So I went to preschool, right? They had like these toys and stuff like that. You know, back in preschool you don't learn anything. You learn the alphabet, maybe, if you're lucky. I don't know. If you're unlucky, you have to learn the alphabet. I think I learned the alphabet, but that's not the point. They had toys and stuff. They had like a little skateboard toy as well as like a little yo-yo toy, right? There was the alphabet section. On the letter S, there was a little skateboard toy, and on the letter Y, they had a yo-yo. So I really liked those toys. I could care less about the alphabet. I was like, hey, I really like this toy, and I don't have these toys at home. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick them in my pocket and take them home with me. And for some reason, I must have known it was bad for me to do that because I hid them from my parents. And I think I was like so happy to play with these toys when I got home that I think that night I was playing with the yo-yo and my mom was like, "Where did you get that from?" And right then and there my heart sank. I was like, I got them from the preschool. And she went off on me. She was like, "You should not be doing that. This is stealing," and whatnot. And like, she punished me for that. And because of that, I guess I knew it was a bad thing going onwards. So the next day, I basically had to like hide it in my pockets once again, go into school. And when the teachers weren't looking, I had to put them back at those alphabet sections. It was pretty obvious that someone had taken something from S and Y because they were empty. But yeah, I made sure to put those toys back, and that was like my first experience of like actually taking something that I wasn't supposed to. Now, obviously, as a 4-year-old, you're not gonna go to jail, you know? You're not gonna get in too much trouble, right? This goes deeper, guys. Like, growing up, I stole so many things. I don't want to you know, go into detail with all that stuff because, you know, I might actually get in trouble for that. Everything I'm about to tell you guys happened in 5th grade, and I think I was 11 years old. Yeah. I think the worst things I've ever done basically happened in that 1 year, and I learned my lesson through that year, which is good, because if I learned my lesson now, I would actually go to jail. Once you're an adult, they're not gonna take it easy on you, okay? Growing up, I always wanted video games, like video game consoles and all that. The only game console that I had was a Game Boy SP that my older cousin gave me. This isn't the exact, the exact Game Boy that he gave me, but it looked exactly like this. It was silver, and I had the best time of my life playing with that thing, and I wanted more. I saw these kids have this PlayStation Portable, PSP device, and I was like, hey, I want that too. I saw my cousins get that for their birthday, and I was like, Mom, I really, really want it. She was like, no, you gotta focus on school, games come last and stuff. So I was really, really bummed out. And trust me, I did not steal it from, a store and stuff like that. It was more at school. And at the time, I also wanted a cell phone. Like back in the day, they had like flip phones and stuff. I wish I could, show you guys an example. I know most of you guys are young, so you probably might have never seen a flip phone in your life before, but those things were awesome. You could play Pac-Man on it. That's the best thing ever. That was like the best game on the phone back then. And you could play like music, clicking the, the numbers and stuff. Those were the times. But anyways, I wanted a phone and I wanted a PSP. And disclaimer, please do not try this at home. Please do not try this anywhere. I'm pretty sure, your schools nowadays have cameras inside of them, like security cameras and stuff. But back in the day when I was in 5th grade, which was like 10 plus years ago, the school did not have any security cameras. And I also knew that during recess time, during break time, the teachers would leave the room for lunch and the students would leave the classroom to play outside in the playground. And that's what I would usually do. I would go outside and play in the playground. But this time, this one day, I was like, you know what? I could go through everyone's backpack and see if there's any game consoles or any phones, because at the time there were other kids that already had cell phones and stuff in 5th grade. I mean, nowadays, like, everyone has iPhones when they're like 3 years old, which is absolutely insane. But back then, it was rare to have a cell phone at that age, and I really wanted one. So what I did was, I had a friend. I had a friend. Okay, I'm not even gonna name him, but let's just say he was a bad influence. Okay, he was like, come on, Gary, let's go into this room and take all this stuff that we want. And that we did. We went into the room, started snooping through everyone's backpacks. I found a cell phone, and I also found, or my friend found, a PSP. And we were like, all right, let's get out of here. And right before we were about to leave the room, I was like, this is wrong. Why am I doing this? I could get in big trouble if I get caught. So I put it back in the bag. And my friend was like, come on, dude, just let's get out of here with the phone. And I was like, all right. Took the phone. We left the room. And right after break time, recess was over, and I realized the phone was out of battery. And I was like, I don't have the charger for this, and it's too late for me to put it back in that person's bag. So I was stuck. I was like, crap. They're probably gonna track this phone and find where it is. So right after the recess, right after break time, we had an assembly. So what I did was, I snapped the phone in half. So it's a flip phone, right? So you can bend it to a certain extent. So it was like this, right? I sat on it and it broke because I didn't want, the police tracking me down and stuff like that. Now you guys might be wondering, how did you almost go to jail then? If you broke the phone and you never got tracked down, stupid little 5th grade Gary was like really dumb, and I trusted this one kid. He was also a really good friend of mine. I was like, hey dude, look, I stole this person's phone. And a couple of days later, I come to school in the morning, and everyone in my classroom was looking at me. The person that I stole the phone from was this girl, and she was asking around. She was like, have you guys seen my phone? And guess what? That friend I told, the friend that I thought I could trust, had snitched on me. And I got in big trouble. my heart dropped, dude. It was like the worst feeling in the whole world, like to be caught and to be hated on by everyone in the it was terrible. Okay, I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And I was like, crap, my parents are gonna find out, I'm gonna get in big trouble. And keep in mind, I've been getting in trouble that entire year. That 1 year, I got into like a fight and stuff like that, and my mom already knew I was a bad kid, and I had to turn myself around, guys. So a few days later, my mom had to talk to the principal, I think, and the principal had called me down to the office, and he was like, there's an officer that wants to talk to you. I was like, oh God, what am I gonna do? Am I actually gonna go to juvenile hall? And the police officer was like, if you continue to do this, you're gonna end up in juvenile hall. You're gonna end up in jail one day. So don't steal. And from that day on, changed my ways, never did anything bad again, and that was it. That was it, guys. It was terrible. I also have like more dumb stories, you know, that I wanted to tell you guys in the future, but this is a story that I wanted to start off with because it was so extreme. I think this was like the worst story I could tell you guys. Terrible. My mom threatened me. She was like, if you ever do this again, it's gonna be on your record forever. You're not gonna be able to go to college and stuff like that. But hey, look at me now. I graduated college and now I'm doing YouTube full time. Very ironic, but yeah. And now I'm telling you guys this story. I just wanted to put this out there and let you guys know, you know, never do that type of stuff. And I want you guys to learn from the mistakes that I made so you guys don't have to ever do those stupid things. I mean, some of you guys might, but please do not. Never. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy my first ever story time video. If you guys want more, let me know in the comments. But thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Peace.